Good evening, it's Mambo Sandy, and I saw another question asked about dealing with the Loa. It's evening here now. I've had a long day, so please excuse my appearance, but I wanted to answer this question. Okay, not just dealing with Loa, but also dealing with any type of entity. I would say Orisha. You want to make sure that you're dealing with that Orisha. You want to make sure you have proper instruction. What I say again is, if you really want to deal with a Loa or Orisha, unless your family has been dealing with this, or you just you know someone who has a spiritual connection to the correct spirit, I always say that you want to be introduced properly to the spirit. Now, it's not that Hugans and Mambos are the only ones that know how to deal with the Loa. It's that Hugans and Mambos know how to, I'm going to say, deal with them in a way if they want a certain particular thing, or if they, how can I say this? If something comes that doesn't need to be there, they know how to deal with that situation. Whereas a lot of people don't. Like, for example, there's a spirit, and I won't say his name, but he likes to eat glass, and he likes to eat razor blades. And, when he comes, you have to know how to deal with him. And even his energy alone is an energy that most might not want to deal with, okay? So, some people in Haiti, okay, they have never been initiated, but their families have dealt with these Loa for so long. They built a relationship. So when they call that particular name, that particular Loa, that Loa already has an instant connection with them because of that family, because they've been dealing with that Loa for so long. Their family has, it's like, for example, if I call my grandma, Grandma knows my voice. Grandma knows who I am. Grandma knows my kids. That type of thing. What it is that you want to be careful, again, setting up altars, because there's all kinds of spirits waiting to trick you or waiting to take offerings that belong to another spirit or another Loa. And now you say, well, how does this happen? Because a lot of times people don't know how to properly go about calling the Loa properly, or knowing how to feel the energy. Like, wait a minute, is this the energy of that spirit? There are certain currents that you feel when you're dealing with the Loa. What I say to everybody, to be on the safe side, unless you have proper guidance, I say deal with your guardian angel. Okay, deal with that first. Okay, unless you have very strong dreams, and your dreams are so on point that if a spirit comes to you and you're just a spiritual individual, that you know what you're doing, I say contact a reputable, let me say it again, a reputable Hugana Mambo or Santero, Santera, Espiritista, like, make sure the person in whatever spirit you're trying to deal with knows what they're doing. Before I started dealing with my own Baon Cementerio, he was introduced to me through my godfather. Okay, yes, I had that energy, but my godfather was the one that taught me about that energy, and it's a connection. It's his lineage. I'm dealing with Baon, but I'm dealing with Baon through the lineage of my godfather. Even though he is in my blood, it's still, there's a connection there that has been set. There's things that have been put in place already. That's why it's important to have a godparent, or you have family that have been dealing with said Loa for so long, okay? Or Orisha, or any spirit. You want to have some type of connection. You just don't want to fly off and start lighting candles. Do it under the guidance of a person first that has that connection, so they know, okay, this is what it is, or they introduce you to that. So be careful, once again, It's not that Hugans and Mambos are the only ones that know how to deal with the Loa. It's just that there's certain things that we have been trained to look for and to understand how to deal with them. And every day is a learning experience, but you do not want to have an experience that as a novice you don't know how to handle. So again, there's a reason why you have the levels in, I'm going to say, voodoo. You know, from Hunse Lavitet to Hunse Kanzo to Sapuen to Asagwe. There's a reason why, because in between that time, you're building a connection with those spirits. So that's how that goes. And excuse my barking dogs, but I'm not going to edit this or any of that stuff like that. I'm coming to you real and direct. All right, I hope that answers your question. Bye-bye.